So today we'll learn about the new concept that is called as the complex number. Okay. So we are aware of the real number, we are aware of the natural number, whole number, and everything. What is the basically complex number that we'll talk about today? Now, before that, we'll talk about few concepts regarding with the degree, okay, of a polynomial. So suppose we have an equation like x square minus 5x, x square minus 5x plus 4 equal to 0. Now, if I ask you what is the degree of this equation or degree of this, let's assume that this is a polynomial. So, क्या आएगा? 2. And we know that if there is a 2 degree of this equation, so can we say that how many solution of x is possible?
2.
Your answer is 2. Now let's assume that suppose we have the x cube minus 3x square minus 3x, x cube minus 3x square, wait a minute, plus 5 equal to 0. Okay. Now if I ask you what is the degree of the polynomial we or an equation we have here, कितना है? The degree means highest power. Highest power is 2, so 2. Here the highest power is 3, so I can say that how many solutions of the x is possible? The answer is 3. But suppose if I have a quadratic like this, x square plus x plus, let's assume that we have a quadratic like x square plus 2x plus 1 equal to 0. And we know that quadratic have 2 solutions. But if you look at this quadratic, and if you want to try to solve for the x, and if you want to find out the value of x, let's check that what you will get. Then if you find out this, can we say that x will be equal to here minus b plus minus root over b square minus 4ac by 2a. Everyone aware of this formula? सबको पता है?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
What is the a here? A is 1, b is 2, and c is 1. So can we say that x we will have here minus 2 plus minus root over b square means 2a square minus 4, a is 1 and c is 1. Let's take c is 2. Don't take c is 1. Let's c is 2. Divided by, can we say that 2 into a? What is a? A is 1. Now if you solve this, you will get x equal to minus 2 plus minus root over 4 minus 8, that is minus 4 upon 2. Okay. And after that, if I solve this, I can say that we have the x equal to minus 2 plus root over minus 4 by 2, and another x we have here minus 2 minus root over minus 4 by 2. But if you calculate this, okay, if you calculate this, and let's check that what is the root over minus 4. Root over minus 4. We don't have any value for root over minus 4 in the real number. Then how to will get the x? So can we say that in real number, root over minus 4 is not defined. So x is not defined. Can we say that? कि जो root over minus 4 है, that is not defined in the real number. आप कैलकुलेटर से भी कैलकुलेट करके देखिए, आपको रूट ओवर -4 इनवैलिड इनपुट बता रहा है। इनका मतलब क्या, आपने जो x वहां पे जो आपने रूट के अंदर में जो वैल्यू डाला है वो डिफाइन ही नहीं है इन द रियल नंबर। बट वी नो दैट कि डिग्री ऑफ द क्वाड्रेटिक इज 2, क्वाड्रेटिक का डिग्री 2 है, तो वी नीड 2 सॉल्यूशन। बट व्हाट विल बी दैट 2 सॉल्यूशन? For that 2 solution, okay, for that 2 solution, mathematicians solve one problem, and that problem was this. Suppose if I have x square plus 1 equal to 0, x square plus 1 equal to 0, in that case, what will be the value of x? That this solve like this. Let's assume that x square equal to what, -1. Sorry, if x square equal to plus 1 equal to 0, then x square equal to -1. Can we say that? But we know that there is no such real value. There is no such real value of x, so that the x square will be equal to -1. X square will be equal to -1. Okay. In that case, क्या assume किया गया कि ऐसा real x के लिए नहीं possible है, so there is no such real value of x. But if I assume that there will be some imaginary, for that we have this term, we will have this, so some value of x, it's defined the x square equal to -1. तो उसने क्या किया, एक imaginary term introduce किया, and they solve like this. Here x will be equal to, if suppose we have the x square plus 1 equal to 0, then x square equal to -1, then x equal to what, plus minus root over -1. Can we say that x will be the plus minus root over -1? Okay. And they introduce this term, and we don't have any real value for the root over -1. So this they introduce this term as an imaginary term. What? Imaginary term, which is basically called as in mathematics iota, and it represent with the letter I. So they found the solution, and that solution was the complex, and it was the plus minus, and this term categorized as iota. So we got the two value of x, one as a plus I, another x as a what, minus I, and we define the properties of our degree. If any equation has 2 degree, if the power is 2, there must be 2 solutions. Okay, and we got the 2 solutions. One was the I, another was the minus I. But this I is known as imaginary, and this value of I is taken as root over -1. And when we got this, then we can solve any type of the equation having the that define the what we can say the properties of degree. So we can write on this x, I can write on as -2 plus, can we write on the -4 equal to what, root over -4 as what, root over -1 into root over 4, with the help of property of root ab equal to root a into root b, and divided by 2. And we can write on this is equal to what, -2 plus, what is this part, root over -1. The root over -1 is I, so we got this term as I, and the root over 4 is 2, so we got 2I divided by 2, and we solve this, and we got the -1 plus I is the one solution. And if I solve this, we'll get -1 minus I, and is the another solution. और ये भी define क्या property of the what, degree, जिसका 2 डिग्री है इनका 2x आएगा, और 2 solution of x यहाँ पे possible है. Okay, so at last, what is the main point about this imaginary term? Okay, that is iota equal to what, the iota is root over -1. Iota is what, iota equal to root over -1. And it is found that iota is cyclic term. Iota is what, cyclic term. whose period has 4. What is the meaning of cyclic term? So suppose if you have an iota and if you multiply with the iota, you will get the iota square. And again, if you multiply with the iota, you will get the iota cube. But again, if you multiply with the iota, then you will get 1. And if you multiply with again iota, you will get the I. And further, if you multiply with the iota, you will get the what? I square. Means I can say that the I will be the I only, which is equal to root over minus 1. But I square will be the what? Wait a minute. Okay, the cyclic term will do the later. बट आपको इतना समझ में आना चाहिए कि एक साइक्लिक टर्म इंट्रोड्यूस हुआ जिसका साइकिल पीरियड कितना था 4, मतलब हर एक 4 के बाद वो रिपीट करेगा। मतलब जो i का वैल्यू होगा वो i टू द पावर 4 की i टू द पावर 5 की वैल्यू होगा, वो i टू द पावर 9 की वैल्यू होगा, वो i टू द पावर 13 की वैल्यू होगा, और सबका वैल्यू सेम रहने वाला, व्हिच इज इक्वल टू i ओनली। ओके, कैसे विल डू दिस? लुक एट हियर, we know that we have the I equal to root over minus 1. Not to the square both the side. We will get the squaring of this is a I square and a squaring of this is minus 1. So we got the another term as I square equal to minus 1. And from here, try to remember, yeah, I square change the sign of term. I square change the what? Sign of the term. Okay, but what is the value of I square? I square is minus 1. And we know that if you multiply with the minus 1 with the any term, uska sign kya hota hai? Change karta hai. That's why I wrote there that I square change the sign of the term. So what is the I? I is root over minus 1. What is the I square? I square is minus 1. Now, what will be the I cube? Can I write on I cube is basically equal to I square into I. We know that I square is minus 1, so minus 1 into I, and which is equal to minus I. So what is the I cube basically? I cube will be equal to minus I. What about I to the power 4? Can we say that I to the power 4 will be the I square into I square? And we know that I square is minus 1 into I square is also minus 1. Minus 1 into minus 1, that is the plus 1. So can we say that I to the power 4 is 1? Now, after calculating all this, if I ask you what will be the I to the power 5? Can we say that I to the power 5 will be the I to the power 4 into I? And we know that I to the power 4 is always equal to what? 1. So 1 into I, we got the I. Now look at this. It repeats itself after the every 4 period. जो I का value था और I to the power 5 का value same है. And this one, for this I to the power 4, I will make one note. The always write down 1 equal to I to the power 4. Okay, 1 equal to what? I to the power 4. Now, this is the one note point. ये सबका मैं आपको जब numerical solve करवाऊंगा उस टाइम पे problem solve करवाऊंगा तो उस टाइम पे मैं आपको बताऊंगा what is the use of all this. But till now I was the I to the power 5. Now if I ask you what is the I to the power 6, so we know that it repeats after every interval of the 4. So whatever with the value of the I square, that will be the same as I to the power 6. And if you want, you can check it. So can we write an I to the power 6 will be the I to the power 4 into I square? We know that I to the power 4 is 1, I square is minus 1, so we'll get here minus 1. What about I to the power 7? What about I to the power minus I to the power 7? Can we say that it will be equal to what? I to the power 4 into I cube.
Wow,
We know that I to the power 4 is 1 and I cube is minus I. So the answer is minus I. What is I to the power 8? It will be I to the power 4 into I to the power 4. It will be equal to 1 into 1. Can we say that 1? Means basically we can say that it repeats itself after every 4 period. So can we say that I to the power multiple of 4 will be the always 1?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Can we say that I to the power multiple of 4 plus 1? Multiple of 4 plus 1 will be what? I to the power 5, I to the power 9, I to the power 13, I to the power 17, I to the power 21. That will be equal to what? I. What will be the I to the power 4m plus 2? Can we say that it will be the I square that equal to minus 1? Yes. I to the power 4m plus 2. Either you can say that I square or you can say that it will be equal to also minus 1. What about I to the power 4m plus 3? it will be equal to I cube, which will be equal to
To
minus
I.
I. And in short, if I want to write on here in this box, can we say that I to the power any number 4m plus k will be equal to I to the power k, where k is remainder of 4k plus m by 4. अब इन चीजों को मैं समझाता हूं. Like suppose if I have to calculate I to the power 1990, what will be the answer for I to the power 1990? What I will do first, I will divide 1990 by 4. Okay, so we'll get here 4, 16, 3, 9, 36, 9, 36, then 3, 0, then 7, 28, then we'll get what here? 2. What is the remainder? What is the remainder here?
2.
2. So I to the power 1990, I can write on directly, it will be equal to I to the power. Means basically if you have any number, any number, you just divided by the 4, and after dividing the 4, calculate the remainder and put that the I to the power remainder. The answer for with the I to the power 1990 will be the what? -1.
Sir.
Yes.
Sir, वो आपने उधर क्या लिखा है? Where k is the remainder of 4. क्या लिखा है?
4k plus, oh sorry, 4k नहीं, 4m plus k by 4. Means after dividing that power, okay, better way I can write on like this. इससे भी better मैं आपको इसे बताता हूँ. Let's suppose I have to the I to the power p, which will be equal to I to the power k. Okay, where k is the remainder of p by 4, power by 4. Now got this?
हाँ ठीक है समझा.
अभी ठीक है? So just try to write down all this, then we'll solve the problem related with all this. Okay, just write down all this. So we have to calculate the value of this I to the power 9 plus I to the power 19. What will be the I to the power 9 plus I to the power 19? So inside just divide 9 by 4. We'll get 2.
1.
8, 1. What is the remainder? 1. So I will write on this is equal to I to the power remainder. So I to the power remainder is 1. Now after that divide 19 by 4.
I raised to 3.
So 4, 16, 3. The remainder is 3. So I to the power 3. Now this is the I. What is the I to the power 3? That is minus I. So can we say that I minus I cancel? We'll get 0. The answer for the first question is 0. Now what about I to the power minus 39? Can we say that it is 1 upon I to the power 39? Now divide 39 by 4 again.
I raised to 3.
9, 36. 9, 36. So what about here? 3. The remainder is 3. So can I write on this is 1 upon I to the power 3? And I told you what we have to write on 1 equal to. Okay, in the theory part, I told you what is the 1 equal to. We have to write on 1 equal to I to the power 4 divided by I. This is the I cube. So if I cancel this, we'll get the answer is I. Everyone clear with this part?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, if I ask you, what will be the value of I to the power minus 40, I to the power minus 39, I to the power minus 38, plus I to the power minus 37. Another question, I to the power 40 plus I to the, oh, not plus there, just a second. Plus I to the power 41, plus I to the power 42, plus I to the power 43. What will be your answer? So since we know that if I calculate I to the power 4m plus I to the power 4m plus 1 plus I to the power 4m plus 2 and plus I to the power 4m plus 3, we will get always 0. How? Let's check that. 4m plus 3. What is the value of I to the power 4m? Can we say it's a multiple of 4? You have 4m. If you divide it by 4m by 4, what you will get? If you multiply with the m, so you will get 4m. So there is no remainder. So I to the power, can I write on I to the power 0? Now if you divide it by 4m plus 1 with 4, if I multiply with the m, so we'll get 4m. What is the remainder here? 1. So can we say that this is I to the power 1? What about this I to the power 2? And what about this I to the power 3? Now we know that I to the power 0 is 1. I to the power 1 is I square is minus 1, and I cube is minus I. So can we cancel this? All this term will get 0. So from here, can we conclude one thing, that is, if you take the sum of 4 conjugatives, take the sum of 4 conjugative power of I, then the answer will be always equal to 0. So this is the minus 40, minus 39, minus 38, and minus 37. So can we say it's the addition of the 4 conjugative number? And that's why the answer for this question is 0. What about here? Directly we can write on the answer for that question is also 0. Understood? Hello, Suklaji, clear?
हाँ
Varuni,
सर
you got
सर
this?
सर
The sum of the 4 conjugatives numbers to the power of I will be the always 0. You got the concept of I, Varuni? Utkar Sawant,
सर एक डाउट है
Yes,
बोलो.
sir.
सर जैसे आपने वो
Understood?
पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन में आई रेज टू -3 कैसे निकाला था?
I raised to
-3 वो पिछले वाले क्वेश्चन आपने किया था ना?
minus 39.
हाँ -39.
So I can write an I raised to minus 39 equal to 1 upon I to the power 39.
हाँ सर.
अरे x to the power minus 1 is 1 by x ना.
हाँ सर वो समझ आया. उसके बाद वो आपने फिर आई रेज टू 3 किया, उसके बाद आई रेज टू 4 क्यों लिया ऊपर, वो पूछ रहा.
1 upon I to the power we got 3 after dividing all this.
हाँ सर.
Okay. And what I told you, okay, always write down 1 equal to I to the power 4 because I to the power 4 is
अच्छा
what?
अच्छा.
1 na.
हाँ हाँ
So I
सर.
can write down the I 1 equal to I to the power 4. The value of 1 is I to the power 4 divided by I cube. So we can cancel this.
हाँ सर.
We'll get I.
ओके.
Clear? Now we will move to the next concept of the complex number, that is called as the form of or representation of complex number. Basically, the complex number is denoted by the letter Z, okay, U, V, W with the capital letter, okay, capital letter of Z. It is also represented with the U, W, V, okay. But most of the time you will get it is denoted by the letter Z. So basically, complex number denoted as Z and expressed in the form of A plus iota B. A plus iota B. It means that we can write on Z complex number is basically equal to A plus iota B, where the A is real number, the B is real number, and Z is complex number. Understood? Joey, got this? Means A is a real number, B is a real number, and Z is a complex number. Yes, Joey, got this?
Yes, I understood.
Now after that, but if I talk about what is the real part of Z, so first I will define what is the real part of Z. The real part of Z is that part of complex number, that part of complex number in which there is no iota. There is in which there is no iota. That part is called as the what? That part is called as a real part of the complex number. Okay, look at the complex number Z and let me know which part does not have which part there is no I. There are two parts. This is the first part, this is the second part. So can we say this part does not have I? Or we can say that that part of the complex number which is not associated with the I. ओके थोड़ा सा और मैं और अच्छे से लिख देता हूं, दैट पार्ट ऑफ कॉम्प्लेक्स नंबर व्हिच इज, just a second, that part of complex number which is not associated with what? So if I talk about what is the real part of the Z, real part of the Z, yes, can we say that it will be the A? Because if you look at the A, that is not the part of the complex number. No, that is a part of the complex number, but which is not associated with the I. What about the imaginary part of Z? So that part of complex number which is associated with I. तो शुक्ला जी आप बताइएगा हमको कि what will be the imaginary part of Z?
B sir.
First thing, remember real part of Z is a real number. It is real number. And imaginary part of Z also a real number. Means both part is a real number. We can't say that imaginary part will be the imaginary number. दोनों के दोनों real number है. It means that imaginary part will be the B and the hashtag not IB. बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट क्या करते हैं IB लिखते हैं imaginary part of Z को, but it is not IB, just B. Why it is called as imaginary part? Because that part is associated with the complex part, complex term. That's why it is called as the imaginary part. That part is basically associated with the imaginary term iota. That's why it's called as imaginary term. But it is also real. Everyone clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So if I ask you, okay, we have a complex number Z that is 3 minus 4I. Okay, what will be the real part of Z? Tell me the answer. And what about the imaginary part of Z? Tell me the answer. Utkarsh and Atharv Sinde. What is the imaginary part of Z, Atharv Sinde?
-4.
Minus 4.
-2.
Minus 2. Where is minus 2? Where is minus 2? Imaginary part of Z. What is the imaginary part of Z? Is minus 4. And real part of Z?
3.
It is 3. Dasmeet, there is one more question and tell me the answer. If suppose we have the Z equal to minus 3I plus 4I minus, just a second, minus 3I plus xi minus 4. What is the real part of Z and what about the imaginary part of Z? Yes, Dasmeet, tell me what is the imaginary part of Z?
So real part will be 4.
Real part will be the minus 4.
Minus
Sorry,
four.
imagine -4.
What about imaginary part, Dasmeet?
-3.
Not minus 3 only.
And plus X.
Minus 3 plus X. This will be your imaginary part. Can I express this complex number like this? Minus 4. If I take the iota common, then I will get minus 3 plus X. So this is the imaginary part and this is the real part. Means can we say that every complex number is represented in the form of, the real part of that complex number plus iota times of imaginary part of the complex number, where real part is also real number and imaginary part is also real number. Understood? Imaginary part is always without I. You got this point? And write down a big note. Never put complex number in denominator. Why? Because complex number is always expressed in the form of a plus iota b, z plus x plus z equal to x plus iota y. It should be the two term, but when you put the complex number in denominator, you can separate the complex number in two terms like this. Suppose if I have a complex number z equal to 3 plus I upon 2 minus I, are we able to separate this in the real part and imaginary part directly? Are we able to? No. Because if you write on 3 upon 2 minus I plus iota upon 2 minus I, we can't say that this is the real part. We cannot say that this is the imaginary part. For that, there's the one key rule that never put the complex number in denominator. But suppose if you have the complex number in denominator, what we have to do? But if we have, then do what? Rationalization of denominator. Are you getting all this? Arohi, Amitoj, Slok,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Johnny,
Yes, sir.
Rajat. So what we have to do now? We have to do the rationalization. We know the concept of rationalization. We have to write on the two terms with the opposite sign. So 2 plus I upon 2 plus I. We can say that we have the 3 plus I into 2 plus I upon, and we know that this, when you multiply the a plus b into a minus b, that will always a square minus b square, that is I square. Now if you solve this further, we'll get 6 plus 3i plus 2i plus I square upon the 4. And what is the I square does? I square does what? What is I square? I square does what? It just change the sign. तो यहाँ पे minus है तो +1 हो जाएगा. I square is -1 ना? That's why it's change the sign. So 6 plus 5i square is -1, not I square is minus I. I square is -1 upon 5. We can write on this is equal to 6 minus 5 is 5 plus 5i by 5. And it means it will be equal to 5 by 5 is 1 plus I. And now we can write on this is the standard form, which is in the form of a plus iota b, where a is 1 and iota and b is also 1. Everyone clear with this? How to convert into a plus ib? Okay. What are the method? What is the real part of any complex number? What is the imaginary part of any complex number? Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now suppose if I have a complex number like this, z equal to 3, just z equal to 3, and I am asking you what is the real part of z? What is the real part of z here? And what is the imaginary part of z? What will your answer? Can we say that 3 is a real number? 3 is a real number? Yes or no? Rastogi?
Sir.
3 is a real number?
Yeah.
So how can I write on the z equal to 3? So I can express 3 plus, can I write on this as 0 iota? Means the real part is 3 and the imaginary part is what here? 0. And such type of complex number is called as a purely real. Such type of complex number is called as what? Purely real. complex number. Complex number means you can say that every real number can be expressed in the form of the complex number. Now suppose you have z equal to just 3i, and if I have to write on the imaginary real part of z here and imaginary part of z here, if I have to write on the real part of z and imaginary part of z, yes, what I will write on? Can we write on this is basically 0 plus 3i? Means real part is 0 and imaginary part is 3. The such type of complex number is called as a purely imaginary. What are you observing from here? If for the purely real, imaginary part should be equal to 0. For purely imaginary, real part should be equal to 0. Are you getting all this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just write it on all this key point. So if you solve this, we have the 5i into minus 3 by 5 into I. So can we cancel this and this? We'll get minus 3 I square. We know that I square is minus 1. So minus 3 into minus 1, it is 3. So I can say that this will be equal to basically 3 plus 0i, because we have to convert into in the form of a plus iota b. So we can write on like this, the 3 equal to 3 plus 0i. Okay. Now after this, try to solve question 6. What is the question 6? We have 1 by 5 plus 2i by 5 minus 4 minus 5i by 2. So 1 by 5 minus 4. If I solve this, what is, can I write on the 1 by 5 first, then minus 4? Okay, plus iota, and after that add on this, we have the 2 by 5 minus 5 by 2. So if I solve this, we will get there minus 19 by 5 plus what here 4 minus 25. What is 4 minus 25? Minus 21 by 10 I. So this is the answer, just minus 19 by 5 minus 21 by 10 I. This is the answer. We convert this in the form of a plus ib, where there is no complex number in denominator. That's why we can say that this is the what in the form of a plus ib.